Hey guys, welcome to part 7 of the Path of Exile Compendium. So today I have replaced my Arc and Stormcall with Val Arc and Val Stormcall. You guys will not likely have this on your first character. You'll have normal Val and normal Stormcall. So beginning Act 2. So basically I want to give you guys a quick introduction to the quest interface. So the quest interface will tell you all the areas you need to go to get to the respective area. So you can see here the bandits are going to kill all these bandits. Then we're going to do the way forward, which is to free this area here, so we can go back to Act 1 if we need to. And there's also the beast up in here as well. Now, overall, what you want to do is you want to go to this side first and get all these guys cleared out. The main reason why is that all the future quests later on will be on this side. You don't see it yet, but all the future quests will be on this side. Now, this is the act we deal with the bandits. And the number one thing we want to do is we want to highlight this part in particular, which is the bandits. Okay. So with the bandits, with Deal with the Bandits, we want to help Alira. So when we go and find Alira, we want to help her get the other bandits. So there's 4 rewards for this quest for the bandits as well. So there's some, increased HP, yada yada yada. If you kill all the bandits, you get extra skill points and extra passive points. But the main thing we want to help Valera is that Valera helps us with our resistances and helps us with our crit strike multiplier, which is integral to Arc. So as I said earlier, we're going to go to the left and clear up the Western Forest. Also, at the same time, if we do bump into Alira, we're going to make sure we help her out and don't attack her. So we're going to help her instead of attack her. Now, we're going to go into the riverways and we're going to go to our first bandit. Now, if you're a new player, in particular, you will meet Einhar here. And Einhar will ask you to capture a few animals and he'll introduce you to his bestiary. Since I'm on a new character, well, obviously, that quest is never done because I've already done it already. Also, guys, remember with waypoints to get every single waypoint that you can. Some waypoints will be near some exits and others will not be near some exits. So just be aware of that as well. So now we're in the wetlands, which is where the first quest is for one of the bandits. Now, basically the bandit stronghold, you'll find out which bandit it is by hovering over the mobs that you see right away. And as you can see, this is basically Oak's mobs. So pretty much you'll be basically versing Oak today. Now, you may be thinking, why Stormcall instead of Orb of Storms? Well, Stormcall you can basically place anywhere compared to Orb of Storms. Now, we have found Oak. So, Oak can be in a variety of places, which can be quite hard to just spot him in particular. And we got another level up from that. Jeez. Those were very quick levels. We got 2 back-to-back levels in a couple of seconds, which is incredible. So we're getting close to that jewel socket. Now, with the jewel socket, we will probably be, but if we get any jewel that's beneficial to us, we'll probably be putting it in there, even if it's blue or anything like that. We're going to take on Oak. So Oak, basically when you tell him that you're going to kill him, basically you're going to fight all his mobs, okay? So we want to kill Oak here. So as you can see here, you can see like basically the stuff that you get for helping Oak. So regen 1 life per second, which is not really that great for us. 2% damage reduction, physical damage reduction, which is not great for us because we'll be at range. If we get hit, we're probably dying. And 20% increased global physical damage, which is not good for us at all. Now, this also highlights how I said earlier that you have to fight any party members who do not side with you. So just be aware of that. So we're just going to go kill him. Now, the funny fight with Oak, as we do him at the moment, Oak can regenerate his HP. So if you don't do enough damage to Oak, he will regenerate all his HP. So pretty much you're going to be on the offensive the entire fight, okay? You cannot run away from him or anything like that. You need to kill him very, very quickly, okay? Because otherwise he's just going to out-regen everything you do. As you can see here, he's just completely out-regen all the damage I dealt to him, okay? But that is Oak, okay? And that is Oak done for here. Now, after we dispose of Oak, we're going to look for a waypoint if there's any. But I don't think there is a waypoint here. We'll just basically check as well. Generally, if you want to know if a zone has a waypoint, pretty much it will come up as a little blue dot. And you'll want to head there. Alternatively, if there's no little blue dot, you can just basically go to the character selection screen and then go back and you'll be in town. And then we'll use the waypoint to go to the riverways and then go further to the rest of the forest to continue on. Now, with this next quest, we talked to Groose and he talks about the intruders in black. And this is what I was referring to, okay? You know how there's a quest down here as well? That's why I wanted to do this side first, because of that. Now with the wetlands, you can see earlier, you know how I said if it's got a little blue dot in the middle, that does have a waypoint. So in fact, it does have a waypoint that we could have picked up earlier. But we can just do that later. Now remember that this waypoint is always near the riverways. Not the riverways, the wetlands thingo. So don't go up because you go back into the wetlands. Now we got to the Western Forest, which is pretty quick. And now we're going to deal with the next bandit. And we're also going to finish off the way forward at the same time. Now I wonder if you can guess which bandit stronghold this is for. Now fortunately we found the bandit stronghold very, very quickly. And we see that it's a Lyra's stronghold. And our guide said we wanted to help her. So we're going to go help her here. So you can see here of why she'll be good for you is mainly this part and this part. So we're going to help Lyra in this instance. Now we still have a quest to do in this area. Oh geez, that's our first death, which is not ideal. Now you got to remember these guys will run into you and basically take all your health off. So we're going to resurrect at the checkpoint, which is going to be at the start of the map. With dying in this game, you lose, depending on your level, you lose a certain amount of EXP. So you don't want to really die in this game because, yeah, you lose leveling and stuff like that as well. So you want to kind of avoid dying. And that was a bit unlucky there. Like, make sure your HP is always topped off. Now, we found the point for the Western Forest. Now, some of these waypoints are not indicative of where they could be. So sometimes you're going to have to explore a lot of the map to find it. Still killing over Lyra's warband, by the way. Now, for the way through, the way forward, to get that completed, basically just follow the road. The road will lead you to the area that you need to be. Now with the bandits in particular, so when you start engaging a different set of mobs that aren't the bandits, you will find out, like basically at that point, you'll know that you're near the area to finish the way forward. Now as you saw, we got another level and we got the basic jewel socket as well. I'll go through when we get back to town on how this jewel socket works. So pretty much just to show you what I mean, you'll get a different set of mobs here. And you can see here the Stalk of Exile are a different set of mobs. So you're getting closer and closer to the camp. Where you're going to basically free up the area. So basically the Blackguards, other mobs you got to kill Captain Arteri. You want to just go through here so you can kill his other mobs as well. And just basically keep spamming Arc. See the seal here, you just have to click that to free this area. Now, funnily enough, you do come back here in Act 6. And, of course, the Forest Waypoint, you don't have to do this entire questline again. It'll already be open for you. Now, you get the Formatic Emblem, and you just put that in here. And that's pretty much it. You can go back to Act 1 using this, basically. Now, you can go back to Bestel in Act 1 to get your reward. Now, we did the quick login, logout trick. Now, if you want to go in between acts, you can basically click here. So basically, Act 1, and you can go back to Lion's Eye Watch, and you can go talk to Bestel about the way forward. We did get some items as well, which I'm just basically most likely going to vendor. Now let's talk to Bestel and the others to see if they've got anything for you. So what you get here is another passive skill point, which is obviously, as I say, right, passive skill points are worth their weight in gold. So now as well, you may wonder, okay, so how do I get certain things that you want to get? Now at this point here, I said before we were doing this to get this jewel socket. Now we're going to go back and get some of the energy shield and life, because we need some life and energy shield, as you saw before, that we got killed very quickly. Now if you ever want to go back and buy gems or anything like that from Nessa, you can go back to here and buy gems here. You can also buy gems from Yena, but that will be only relevant to Act 2, so just be completely aware of that as well. Now another key indicator to note as I'm selling my goods, keep an eye on eye level items by holding Alt. So you can see it's eye level item 9. Now these will be a lot higher, eye level 21, 19 and whatnot. You'll be upgrading to these items sooner rather than later. And I recommend to upgrade it if they've got the right gem sockets. Even if they don't have the right gem sockets yet, you can still adjust your things accordingly. Now for example, as you can see here, this one in particular may seem good at all, but it's not good for my build given the fact that a lot of these are only for attacks and it doesn't add any lightning damage to my spells. Compared to this one, which increases my spell damage and increases my cast speed, which is better DPS. Eventually you're going to be replacing your gear as you go along, as you get better stats and better RNG on your points. I'll give you another example here as well. You can see here the cold resistance of the sapphire rings between 20 to 30 and I rolled a 30%. And this one's also got the same thing but lesser tiers and lesser item level. Now what the item level matters though is that the tier enchants you get. So basically to get tier 1 and tier 2 enchants, this item level is going to be a lot higher. The chances of rolling a tier 1 and tier 2 enchants on low eye level items is either nil or very, very minute. So the higher eye level you get, means the higher chance you get those tier 1 modifiers, which are the best modifiers you can get. So now, as I promised, we got back into town. So what is a jewel? So this is an example of a jewel, okay? This is obviously for my main. So what you can do with the jewel is that you can basically place it in this area. Now, you don't need an orb of scouring or orb of regret to get rid of it. You can simply just right-click it out, and it goes out like this. However, we want to keep it in here. So the main thing that's good for us is just got the increased lightning damage. The one that we want is just critical strike multiplier and 6% max life. Obviously, this doesn't have it, but at least the lightning damage does give us something as well. The cold resist is also pretty decent as well, but that's not really too important. But this is just the basics of how a jewel works, and how you put it in, and how you take it out. Now, as I said earlier, we are going to go back to Act 2, we're going to go back to the forest encampment. I mentioned earlier, basically we will do the left side first, and then go to the right side later. I also missed out there's a waypoint in the wetlands that you want to get, because you'll be heading out over to that side a bit later as well. Now, with Yina is going to be your gem seller as well. So she's going to have another tab here, where she's going to sell you gems that you may need. Just keep an eye on that as well. So that'll be it for part 7 today. So part 8 will be up very, very shortly, as I did this in all one mega session, so you can get 2 episodes in one day. Stay awesome, guys.